Hey everyone, my name is Sok. I am a Masters player in TFT, and I recently got my girlfriend Shu addicted to the game as well.
Hey guys.
So what we're doing now is we're reviewing videos that of her playing the game as well as videos of me playing the game, with the goals of both helping myself improve as well as help her improve. My goal is to get into Grandmasters, and her goal is to get into Platinum by the end of the season. So here we have a game that was played by me. Currently, I am in Masters, about 350 LP. I'm getting closer to Grandmasters. I think if I just go up another 100 LP, I'll be in Grandmasters, to the point where I'm actually playing games with Grandmaster people, which is very exciting. Here's a game with all Masters and one Grandmaster in the game. So let's get started. First of all, what are your thoughts? Do you think I'd be able to make it into Grandmaster by the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, you're super close to it, so I have faith.
Okay. I mean, do you think it's possible even with you hogging the computer all the time?
I think I don't think I hog enough that it prevents you from having time on it.
That's true. That's fair. Okay. So here we see Sevika. Sevika gives you a bunch of random stuff. Okay. She could give you anything from individual champions to gold to items to spatulas to frying pans, okay? Mm-hmm. And the most important thing to keep in mind is that last piece, the spatulas and the frying pans, okay?
Yeah.
So generally, if you see a Sevika and you get offered a spat of some kind, right? It doesn't really matter what spat.
Yeah.
You generally want to take it because there's a chance, and I can probably look up what that chance is. I'm not very sure off of the top of my head, but there is a chance that she gives you a spat at the beginning of every stage. Okay, so if you already have a spat and then you get another spat, now you can build two emblems of the same trait, which is extremely strong, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like if you think about something like artillerist, one emblem is good, or actually one emblem is not that good, but two emblem is really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what's happening with the recording. It seems like it's glitching a little bit. Let's hope it fixes itself soon. So here I'm just putting in my one costs. Again, the whole idea is if I want to sell, I can. Although I doubt it at this point. I don't think I'll have enough gold to get 10 gold. And even if I do, I would have to sell my Maddie, which is not worth it. Okay. But the main thing here I'm looking at is picking up Urgod. If I can, I'll play Urgod. He's very strong, assuming you get the correct augments. So let's see what I get. I get team building, which is good for a reroll comp. I don't know what that reroll comp is, so that's probably not the choice. I see survivor, which you don't get any benefit until 3 players have been eliminated. So you're playing basically one augment down for 80% of the game. So that's not good. Yeah. And then I see branching out, which is exactly what I told you. If you see something that gives an emblem, you want to take it because Sevika can give you another emblem for free, basically. Yeah. So no to team building, no to caretaker. Caretaker is fine. Like, for example, if I want to go scrap, caretaker. Oh, I'm sorry. Caretaker will be good depending on what you get, right? Mm-hmm. So you could get Urgot, and that's an easy way to get an Urgot 3. You could get Tristana. So caretaker is actually very good here, but branching out is just so much better based on what I just said about Sevika. Okay?
Yeah, makes sense.
So I take branching out, and I also get the Sevika item, and I am extremely lucky here.
Oh wow, you got Bruiser emblem.
Yeah, I got a Bruiser emblem, and I got a Steb from Sevika.
That's great.
Yeah. So what that means is I basically have 3 Bruisers when the game starts. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here I think what I do is I see my board is extremely strong. Mm-hmm. I know that I can win streak, which means I want to level up. Okay. So at the start of the game, what you're thinking about is, do I win streak? Do I lose streak if I am really weak? Or do I mix streak where I just try to save as much HP as possible? Okay.
Yeah.
So win streak is definitely the hardest because that means you have to be better than literally everyone else in the game
Yeah.
to maintain a win streak. But I see my board and I determine that I am strong enough to win streak. And when you know you're going to win streak, you want to level up to level 4 as soon as possible to make sure you win streak as much as possible. Okay?
Yeah.
So here, this would have definitely been a loss, assuming I only had 3 characters, you know?
Yeah.
So with the bruiser comp, the ideal thing to go is what I just put up, which is Twitch. Okay? Mm-hmm. Twitch is very good because the 3 experiments that you want to play are Nunu, Twitch, and Mundo. Yeah. Mundo scales off of HP, okay? Mm-hmm. And Bruiser gives a ton of HP. Yeah. Which means Mundo with Bruiser is one of like the best combos in the game. So whenever you see a Bruiser spat, mm-hmm. the best way to go is for a Twitch game. Does that make sense?
Okay. I think I've seen that. It's called Bruiser Twitch.
Yeah, something like that. Basically, you just want 6 bruisers. One of the bruisers being a Mundo with a spat, and then Twitch in the back going pew pew the whole time.
Yeah.
So let's speed it up a little bit. So here I could have done a few things. I could have put the Zeri in mm-hmm. to get Sniper. However, at this point, I think having a scrap item on Trundle is much stronger because he's a 2-star scrap. The other thing here is I got a set which automatically gives me 4 bruiser.
Yeah.
I don't have that much damage, to be honest, if you look at my board. But I'm just so tanky that I'm pretty sure I can kill anybody. And that's exactly what's happening. If you look at the percentages, 99% that I'll win here. And I don't think it's a mistake this time. Yeah.
Maddie definitely pew pew pews.
Oh. What is happening? It's not letting me write to you. So here, if you got the spat, that would have been amazing. Because you could have made a experiment spat. Or if you had a reroller, which we do, you could have made another bruiser spat. But unfortunately, we are 100 health, and therefore we're last pick. So here I have a Zig, which is slightly stronger, and I have my powder. I decide to put in my powder instead of the Zigs. Do you know why? Well,
Did someone in your board down the line give Ambusher?
No. Well, I actually just did it. So Ziggs is 2 cost. Powder is 1 cost. If I put in the Zig and I sold everything, I would be at 18 gold. And I wouldn't have been able to make 20 gold. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's true.
By putting powder in over the Ziggs, I'm able to make 20 gold by winning this fight.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like I said, you always want to look at how can I make sure that I make interest, right? Get to 20 gold, 30 gold, 40 gold, etc.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So again, I'm actually having like a very, very lucky early streak right now. Mm-hmm. Like I have a 2-star Trundle and a 2-star Steb and a 2-star Maddie. So the start is just extremely high roll. This game, I am the high roller. So yeah, my bruiser Maddie is just going to town with no attack items.
Yeah, she's going crazy.
Yeah. So again, if I want to go Twitch, the main things that I'm looking for are, first of all, Ginsu's Rage Blade. That's the best item on Twitch.
Yeah.
Additionally, I'm trying to avoid... Actually, never mind. I'm not trying to avoid anything. But I'm trying to avoid AP items, right? So I have a Rod. So my goal is to turn Rod into a Ginsu's Rage Blade as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So I get another Fist.
I got Nunu, which is good.
Yeah, so Nunu is another bruiser, which is great.
There's a Gensu right there.
Yeah, there's a Gensu. So it's a little bit unfortunate because that gives me... Oh, okay. What do I get? Okay. So if we look at these items, we have Shroud of Stillness. This fires a beam that mana reaves everyone, so it makes them longer to cast. That's pretty good, but it's pretty intensive. You kind of have to scout every single turn to see where it's more optimally placed.
Yeah.
You have the Eternal Flame, which is, it allows you to burn enemies, but I already have a Sunfire Cape.
Right.
So that's kind of wasted. You have Spite, which I kind of forget what Spite does. Maybe I can look it up really quick. So if we look at Spite, where is it? The holder and all adjacent allies gains 15 attack damage and 20 ability power. When the holder dies, stun all the enemies. Okay, so this actually would have been pretty good, but it kind of messes up my positioning a little bit. I also have Randuin's Omen, which is extremely good because it gives me defenses, right? If we look at Randuin's Omen, let's see. Randuin's, where's Randuin's? Okay. Randuin's Omen, it gives me 30 armor and 30 magic resist for everyone around me.
Okay.
That's very good for bruisers, right? Yeah. Because bruisers get a ton of health. So the best way to make them stronger is by also giving them more magic resist and armor.
Makes sense.
So Randuin's is automatically my pick here. I'm surprised I took so long to pick it, actually. So here I make a Gensu's. I make a Randuin's. I probably could have made a Thief's Glove, but I felt like the fists are very valuable. I could make Infinity Edge, which is another one of Twitch's best items. I could make a Last Whisper, which is also one of Twitch's best items.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I'm just continuing the win streak. And here I hit 6 wins in a row. Okay? At 6 wins in a row, you're gaining an extra 3 gold every single round. That's essentially half of your interest. Your interest is only 5 gold. Okay, let's look at my my things here. So forward thinking, this is actually a better augment than people give it credit for. You read the first line and it says you lose all your gold, and that sounds really bad. But when you get your gold back, you get another 80 gold. That's a huge amount of gold. Okay.
Yeah.
So when do you think you would use forward thinking?
I think would you want to do it when you're on a lose streak?
Not necessarily, because if you're on a lose streak, you might be forced to roll, and at that point, you don't have any gold, right?
Yeah.
Because you lost to the forward thinking. The best place to use forward thinking is in cases where you have a lot of champions that you have recently bought. Okay? Because you lose all your gold, but you don't lose all the champions you have bought. So let's say you had like 20 gold worth of champions on your board. You can take forward thinking, which loses all your gold, but you can immediately sell your board and be at 20 gold again. Yeah. And that will quickly get you back up to 50 gold, so you're not losing that much interest. Okay? Climb the ladder here is probably good because I'm going to have 6 bruisers and I'm going to have more experiments. Epoch is also extremely good because it gives me 8 EXP and it gives me 3 free rerolls. And if I want to play this comp, I have Twitch, that's a 4 cost. I have Mundo, that's a 4 cost. Elise, that's a 4 cost. Right, I have a lot of 4 costs. I want to get to level 8 as quickly as possible. So right now, I'm thinking Epoch is probably the best. So let's see what I do. I see Enforcer, which is tempting. But because I have a Bruiser Spat, Epoch is definitely the best way to go.
Okay, nice. So now you put the Nunu in there.
Yep. So here I put a Nunu. I could have probably also put a Kog'Maw. Okay, so here I re-roll. I get a belt. Oh. I guess I don't scrap anything.
Mm.
Okay, so that was a mistake. So I should have put the belt back on Trundle so that I could have scrapped something. So again, I'm just like beating everyone because this was quite a high roll game for me. I won't lie at the start. Again, I'm just getting a ton of Kog'Maws. Maybe I should have picked one up. I guess, can you tell me what are your thoughts on 5 bruisers versus putting in Kog'Maw?
I mean, the 5th bruiser doesn't really add anything right now, so putting the cog would have probably been nice for now.
Okay, so counter argument. Randuin's gets maximum value when you have 6 characters around the Randuin's because it buffs everyone that's 1 hex away.
That's
okay.
True. So you would probably want another frontline person then.
Yeah, and also Bruisers scale really well with Randuin's, like I told you, because Bruisers give HP and then Randuin's gives defenses, so it's a very good combo.
I guess alternatively you had Camille at some point, so she could have gone up there to add another ambusher.
Yeah, but remember, you want to buff your biggest carries. You have a 1-star Powder, which is my ambusher.
They both took the pans, unfortunately.
Yeah, so they both took the pans.
And someone else took the spat.
Yeah, I wanted the spat, to be honest.
Oh, you picked up the Kog'Maw?
Yeah. So here, I did a little bit of a blunder. I think the best item here would have been a Warmogs, okay? And the reason is Warmog gives you like more HP, like 12% extra HP.
Weren't bruisers already having a lot of health?
Yeah, but this is a point where it just helps even more, especially with Mundo, right? Because like I said, Mundo scales off of HP. So the more HP he has, the stronger he is. So here, I think the correct play actually would have been to build my Warmogs.
That makes sense.
But instead, I built a Guardbreaker, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, I decided to put in a Kog'Maw. So I have 5 bruisers and
2 snipers.
2 snipers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just scouting around to see if anyone else is going for Twitch. The nice thing about being in Masters, like decently high Masters now, is people scout, right? So they see that I have a Bruiser emblem. They know pretty certainly that I'm going to go for Twitch reroll. And because of that, you don't see a lot of people going for experiments within the lobby. And that's really nice because it leaves me wide open to roll for my Twitches and my Mundos.
Yeah.
So that was a little scary. If you saw, my Maddie almost died. I could have played better there. I could have figured out where the Aurelie is and placed my Maddie on the opposite side for her to be safer.
Yeah.
If I did that, that would have been a very, very easy win. But instead, it was kind of close. Here, I have 3 free rerolls that I haven't used at all. I want to save them for level 8. I think I am strong enough to win all of these fights, even if I do not use my rerolls. Okay.
Yeah, you haven't lost a single game yet.
Yeah. This has been very high roll for me. Yeah. I'm just doing extremely well, and I'm getting really, really lucky. So yeah, so the main thing I'm looking for is just another bruiser. I'm sure if I find another bruiser, I'll take the Kog'Maw out and put the next bruiser in.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Leveling up.
Who's the next one in, Elise?
Yeah, there's Elise. There's also Rennie.
Oh yeah, Rennie.
Yeah, Rennie is the last bruiser.
Oh, yeah, she's the last 3 cost.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, wonder if you haven't run into her yet. Interesting.
No. I also haven't rerolled that much, so it's
Oh, well,
there it
there
is.
you go. You got her now.
Yeah, I got my Rennie.
So, cool. Now you got 6 bruiser.
Yeah.
Well, you have an item.
And I open this, and I get the best one. Animal Visage allows me to heal 3.5% of my maximum health every second. And I'm playing Bruiser, which gives a ton of maximum health.
Yeah.
If I put it on Mundo, that guy's not dying, you
Yeah.
know? So it was definitely Animal Visage. I just put it directly on my stab.
Oh, you got your release.
Yeah. So I got my Elise. Now I have 6 bruisers.
Oh, you put Rennie back down.
Yeah, the 1-star Elise is better than the 1-star Rennie, but now I have a 2-star Rennie. So my thoughts here is I just want to keep on winning. I don't know if I win this one. I feel like I do. The percentage doesn't look good. It says 3%, but I'm pretty sure my Steb is just going to hang in there, which he does. Oh, and I
Oh,
won.
you just barely won. Yeah.
Yeah, I barely won. But I re-roll a decent amount because I want to make sure I win. So let's look at the augments really quick. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so no longer critically striking, and it just gets changed to attack damage instead. Interesting.
Yep.
So, when the first ally dies each combat, you get like some of their armor and magic resist because of that.
Yep.
And then choosing just support items.
So what are your thoughts on these, first of all?
So, I mean, the first one doesn't look good, but I feel you have a mainly AD team, so just like switching crits chance into attack damage might be nice.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the second one would be if you... I mean, is there someone who would have really good armor magic resist but would die quickly?
No, but I do have a team of really beefy guys. So one of them dies, everyone else gets even more beefy. So that's a good thing, you know?
That's true. But I mean, they need to die first for it to work, so you don't want them to be too tanky.
That is true. Yeah, that's a good
So it's
point.
an interesting balance. And then, I mean, the support items, I mean, you've already gotten a few of those, so I mean, you could just keep adding to that.
Yeah, I mean, what if I get another Randuin's? Then I can have 2 Randuin's, and that will be even more value, right?
Yeah, that would be good. So, I mean, they're all good in their own way.
So right now I'm thinking about support cash, for sure. Okay? But I reroll, and I see Teaming Up, and I reroll Noble Sacrifice, and I see Malicious Monetizer. Or what was it? Malicious...
Scavenger?
No, the second one. One sec. Malicious monetization. So this is actually really good. So basically for the next 3 round, every champion drops 2 gold. Okay? So generally everyone is level 8 at this point.
Okay.
Which means you're getting 16 gold per round, assuming you win.
Yeah.
And that's 48 gold across 3 rounds. And you
Yeah.
get 2 gold at the start. So this is 50 gold. It's a gold augment for 50 gold, which is actually very strong. Okay? But that's only assuming that you win all of the fights.
Yes.
If you don't win the fights, it could be significantly less in gold. So you would only take this if you're very far ahead. Okay?
Which, I mean, you're pretty far ahead of people, but I mean, the one second to you isn't that much lower than you.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing here is I feel like I have a good economy already. I have won every single game until now. My economy is through the roof. I don't need 50 more gold. 50 more gold is always nice, but I'd rather have like a support item. Okay? And picking 1 out of 4 support item is good, but here I get a random one, and I also get 2 4-cost champions, and there's a few that I want. I want Elise, I want Twitch, I want Mundo. So I decided to go with Teaming Up.
Makes sense.
So I got my Mundo, which is good. It gave me an Echo and a Garen. That's not anything that I want. This is a little awkward here. I got a Locket of the Iron Solari, which essentially means the 2 units to the right and left of me get a bonus.
Okay.
So that's kind of awkward because my random wins is everything in a circle.
Yeah, so I mean, 2 people won't be benefited by it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So I kind of need, like 8 characters to get value from everything, right? I would have like a circle around the main character, and then I would have like 2 more characters on either side, so Nunu and Elise. So unfortunately, I do lose some value by having random wins as well as Locket of the Iron Solari together. But that's okay. It still makes my bruisers more tanky, which is good.
Yeah.
So here I get Twitch.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and I get my Mundo.
So now you add Experiment in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So you put Bruiser on him. He gets... Oh damn, Mbessa went straight for your Twitch.
Yeah, well, we just got the item like just now, so I guess they just got that. I forget what it's called, Spectral Cutlass. So later on, I'm aware that Spectral Cutlass is in the game, and I make a point to go against it. Also, I just realized that I didn't use my items, which is really bad. So I give it to Steb. I give both of them to Steb.
Oh, I see.
So that makes my team stronger.
I guess Infinity Edge can go on Twitch as well.
Yeah. So here I'm just looking for another Twitch. But I am unable to find another Twitch. I am one off from Nunu 3 though. And it takes me a while to put the Infinity Edge on. I'm not sure why. That was a mistake. So one thing that I could have considered is just... Actually, I guess two things. I probably should have just made a redemption off the bat. Okay? The best item on Mundo would have been a Warmonks, which is kind of what I'm greeting for right now. So if I get the Mordekaiser or if I get the Urgot, I can make Warmonks. Unfortunately, I think they take both of them. Or no? Oh, no, he takes it. Okay.
So you have the LeBlanc with the cloak?
Yeah.
It's a Morgana.
A Morgana, yeah, that's correct. So I'm just rolling. I just need one Twitch. Come on. No Twitches, unfortunately. I also just need one Nunu. So I messed up a little here.
Yeah, also one more Mundo to get 2-star Mundo.
That's correct. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there
we got
he
Twitch.
is.
Yeah.
Cool, you got him.
So I made kind of a mistake, okay? So I put my my Mundo in the Experiment Hex. I don't think that was the best play. I think it's better to put the Nunu in the Experiment Hex.
Okay.
The Nunu is really good in the Experiment Hex because every time I damage a unit, it takes 3% of their health.
Yeah.
Okay? And Twitch's spell allows him to shoot everybody online. So he could damage multiple units at a time. And it also allows him to attack randomly.
Yeah, I would have done that too.
Okay, yeah. So I got Wolf Familiar. It's good enough, right? Sometimes you don't want to look for the best thing, especially if you're at 13 gold. Sometimes good enough is fine, okay? But yeah, so Dr. Mundo gives you more health, which is good for Mundo. But the better experiment in this case would have been Nunu. So I think I realized at some point I had Dr. Mundo in, and I switched it to Nunu. But Dr. Mundo is also good here because he's a bruiser, so you want him to get more health. So I could see it either way. Nunu or Dr. Mundo would be good in the Hex. I guess for the audience, if you guys have any thoughts on who would actually be better here, please let me know. You can see me considering switching him. Yeah. Yeah, so my Twitch is just destroying everything now.
I love how he snipes with one hand.
Yeah, he does. One other optimization I think I could have done is Mundo is my primary tank, right? So if I change where Mundo and Elise are, Mundo would have gotten both the Locket of the Iron Solari as well as the Randuins.
Yeah.
Right, so that probably would have been the best place to place the Mundo. And on my bench, you see I have Urgot as well as a Zyra. Both of them are experiments.
Yeah.
So I think my goal right now is just to level up, right? If I level up, and I'm very lucky I got a Caitlyn, which is nice.
Oh, well.
I decide I just want more damage. So here's actually an interesting consideration. You have Tear of the Goddess, which allows you to make Shoujins
Yeah.
Which is really good for Caitlyn because the majority of her damage comes from her ultimate. Mm-hmm. So you want her to get to her ultimate as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah, like the mana level.
Yeah. The alternative is to get Sparring Glove, which is really good because it allows her ultimate to crit, and that increases the damage dramatically. But it also means it takes longer for her to get to her ultimate, right?
Yeah, I feel like I would have probably gotten the tier to make Shojin.
So here's the next point to consider. You have a front line of 6 bruisers.
Yeah.
That have infinite health, right? Essentially infinite health. So Shojin allows you to cast at 4 autos.
Yeah.
Infinity Edge allows you to cast at 6 autos, but it does way more damage. You will definitely get your 6 autos off with that front line, right?
Yeah.
So if I had a weaker front line, I would have gone Tear of the Goddess. But because of how freakishly strong my front line is right now, I am definitely going for Sparring Glove for the Infinity Edge. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So it just makes another Infinity Edge.
Yep. So now her attacks can crit, which is really good.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you got the Cassie as like a temporary Dominator add-on.
Yeah. So my mindset now is I just want to get to level 10. Okay? Mm-hmm. If I get to level 10, I can put in Urgot and Zeri, and that will give me 5 experiment.
I just realized I saw the 2 warplanes. And I realized they had a Caitlyn too.
Yeah.
For a second I was like, whoa, did our Caitlyn give 2 warplanes? Like, no, they just had one too.
Yeah, they're circling above each other. So, right now my main goal is to level 10. At level 9, I can put in temporarily, like you said, the Cassiopeia. And that will give me Dominator.
Yeah.
Which will make my unkillable Mundo even stronger. So you see what I did here, right?
Protecting your Twitch?
Yeah. So I put the Caitlyn and the set right next to the Twitch. Mm-hmm. This forces the Mbessa to attack my set.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it also forces my set to attack the Mbessa. And I killed the Mbessa immediately. And that guarantees me the win from the start of the fight, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how you counter Spectral Cutlass.
Makes sense.
The other thing that you could do is just move Twitch to the other side of the board. But that's not really possible because we have an experiment hex, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Excuse me. So I just faced that guy. I know I won't face him for a little while longer. So I can move my positioning back to its original position to be stronger. So here I get better sniper value and I get better randomness value. I level up to level 9 to put in a Dominator. And that allows my Mundo to be even tankier.
I guess, are you looking to put in a Mord?
Yeah, if I can find one. Yeah, absolutely.
But for the time being, Cassie will do.
Yeah. That's correct. If I can find a Blitzcrank, I'll put in a Blitzcrank as well.
Oh yeah, he could work too.
Yeah. So, and that's probably something I believe I do later. At level 10, I can put in a Urgot and a Zyra. But that's a 1 cost and a 2 cost. That's not very strong, you know? Yeah. Alternatively, I can put in a Mordekaiser, which will give me Dominator. And I could also put in a Jace, which will give me Shapeshifter.
Form Swapper?
Form Swapper.
Okay, so you have Rennie with the Even Shroud.
Yeah, so I realize here I don't have a Last Whisper, which means I don't have any type of Thunder to decrease their armor. Yeah. Event Shroud is great here because it allows me to decrease my enemies.
I don't think there was a Last Whisper in the carousel.
No, there wasn't.
It was like primarily defensive items.
Yeah, the goal is to kind of have one at some point in the game. So you generally want 1 Thundering item if you're building AD, and you want 1 Burn item, which I have in the case of Sunfire Cape.
Yeah. Oh, you lost.
Wow, okay, yeah. I feel like I lost by like 1 auto there, which is a little unfortunate. So here, I think I'm just saving for level 10, excuse me. The nice thing is I have Epoch. Epoch gives you 8 experience at the start of a round.
Yeah.
So here I'm almost at the start of next round.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm putting my guys to protect Twitch.
Yeah.
And I did protect him, but I actually played this wrong. Okay. So let's look at it again. What do you think I could have done better here?
Well, she's probably going to rip through the Cassie very quickly.
Well, so with the placement, how they place the Mbessa, she will attack whatever unit is where Caitlyn is. Okay? And Caitlyn is a strong unit. I don't want Caitlyn to die. If I play more optimally, I would have put my Cassiopeia where Caitlyn is and Caitlyn where my Cassiopeia is. Does that make sense? And that way my Caitlyn would not have died. So let's see what happens here. So kind of what I'm saying, she comes over here. She
instantly kills the Caitlyn.
Yeah. She doesn't kill the Twitch, which is good, but she does instantly kill the Caitlyn, which is a little unfortunate. I think I still win, but it would have been better if I had my Caitlyn alive, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of optimization that I could have been made.
You did win though, so.
I did win, that's correct. Okay, so let's keep on going. I think I'm just looking to level as soon as possible so that I can put in the 5 experiments. Oh, okay. I took out the Cassiopeia for a Zyra, just very temporarily. I think it's just so I can sell the Zyra if I need to. I mean, so I can sell the Cassiopeia if I need to. So here, I think I can level.
Oh, you have a Mord.
I do have a Mord, yeah. So I level and I put in the Twitch, or excuse me, I put in 5 experiments, yeah. So this is good. I was debating between whether I wanted Nunu on the Hex or if I wanted Mundo on the Hex. The solution is just getting 5 experiment and that way I can put both of them on the Hex. Here I just get another Dragon's Claw because it's a tanky item and I just want my front line to be as tanky as possible.
Tankier than it already is.
Yeah. So here you see my unkillable Mundo in action. He's actually healing more than they can damage him.
Nice.
Yeah. So I believe I buy the Mordekaiser. I do, yeah. And I get the Jace.
Oh, wow.
So that's really good. So here I can put in 2 5 costs rather than a 1 cost and a 2 cost. I think about it, I still like the experiment. I think 5 experiment is pretty strong. So I keep in 5 experiment. I think in my head right now, what I'm telling myself is that if I 2-star either Jace or Mort, then I swap them out. Okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, I keep the 5 experiment in. Yeah. So this says 13%, but I feel like I win. I really feel like I win here.
Yeah, they're not always right about the values they give.
Yeah, I won. I won that. I definitely won that. I get a Caitlyn. Here I'm just looking for a Caitlyn. And I got a Caitlyn too, which is very lucky. Sell a Mundo. Get a Caitlyn too. And that makes me quite a bit stronger. A little bit of optimization. My Urgosh should be next to my Steb to get the bonuses.
To get the random bonus.
Yeah. Another bit of optimization. I feel like it would have been better to put the Randuins and the Locket on Elise, right? Because Elise is a stronger champion, and it would have made sure that she got all of the bonuses.
Yeah. Oh, they have a Mel.
Yeah, they do have a Mel. Yeah, I think in hindsight, I should have put those items on Elise. That would have been better than having them on my Steb.
Yeah.
So here it's really nice. I already have a spat. You get another spat, and then you can put in an extra champion. The other thing that I was thinking about is the experiment spat, but I think it's better to just get an extra champion.
Yeah.
So here I get a more 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which is good. Just put out my Zyra for that 10% chance of 1 extra gold. So here it's just me and this last guy. He does have a very interesting board. He has a carry Elise in the back. So yeah, he actually wins here, and I think I make a few tweaks to become stronger. Let's see what I do. So the first thing that I do is I put Dragon's Claw on my Mundo. Their key damage dealers are Elise and LeBlanc, both of which does magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So by putting Dragon's Claw on my Mundo, it makes me stronger against magic damage.
You guys are running up front.
Yeah. So hopefully this allows me to win. Let's see if it does.
Looks like you got it.
Oh,
no, you don't.
Yeah. So yeah, this Elise does a lot of damage. I never tried this build before, but it seems interesting. I might try it in the future. So again, I'm quite strong right now, but I'm just like slightly weaker than my opponent.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking for like any way to become stronger at the moment. Like I could get something. Oh, there's a Jace and a Victor. Okay, so I take out 3 experiment, and here I decide that Moonlight is the best one. Moonlight allows you to put a shield on your lowest health champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good because I have a bunch of super beefy dudes that with a shield becomes even more beefy, right?
Yeah.
So here I probably get another Infinity Edge, I imagine, and I put it on my Caitlyn. I think. Yeah. Just so she does even more damage. Here I have a small optimization that I was wrong at. So you see that crystal thing?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Jace casts, that crystal thing makes the champions that are next to it gain more attack speed. Okay?
Okay,
so
it would have been nice next to Twitch, probably.
Yes, that's correct. And then the other thing is like that Nunu should have been next to Steb to get the bonus.
Yeah.
Right? So those are kind of the 2 optimizations that I missed. Now it's telling me 95% chance of winning. Hopefully that's accurate this time. Yeah, I think now that I have a Victor, it definitely seals the deal a little bit. Yeah, so now we can see that we're actively winning. Although it's still pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys are near each other.
So here I'm honestly not sure like what to use my money for. I'm level 10 already. I have a perfect board. If it's possible, I'll get a Victor too, but that's pretty unlikely, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm winning, but again, very close. Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I do win. Yeah, I do win. But honestly, I think the biggest thing that I did here was to put that Dragon's Claw onto Mundo. You know, by doing that, I am now very tanky against magic users.
Yeah.
Let's see, do I put him? Yeah, okay. So finally I decide to see it and put Nunu in the front so that he gets a bonus.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have some shields around him.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, that's pretty satisfying. So just
There
like
you
that, I win. And I think I'm 1 step closer to Grandmasters. Let's see what I'm at now.
Nice.
Yeah, so here I'm at 330 LP. I think if I get another 150-ish, I'll be at Grandmasters.
Nice.
Excuse me. So that's the end of the video. Thank you everyone for watching. I guess first of all, do you have any thoughts for what you learned from that video?
Definitely helpful with all the support items, artifacts, just like making good use of them. And I've been seeing on Meta TFT this whole like Bruiser Twitch comp. I've never seen it played before, so it was good to watch it.
Okay, thank you. Hope everyone else learned something. If you guys have any questions or something that I could have done better, please let me know by leaving it in the comments. Thank you. Have a good day. See you later.